The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning, Scotty Ray and Candace. It is Wednesday.
It is.
Hey, did you get a chance to watch the first broadcast this morning?
I did not because I was rushing like crazy this
Good
morning.
thing you didn't. I had
Why?
major technical difficulties, and as you watched, the way everything works in here is push button start. If I do something, there's a button for it. Well, what do you do when the buttons don't work?
Oh, panic.
Yeah, I don't know. And it happened when we went live. And so I figured out how to do one button, and I could show the weather. That was it. So we talked a little bit, and I tried to figure out, and it was just no other way. So I had to cut it a little short to get everything fixed for this show.
Okay.
Have mercy.
Well, hopefully it's working right. Hopefully everybody today can get us on Facebook. I
Yeah,
don't know what the issue was yesterday, but
it does happen there. But under pressure, things like that do happen, and you just do what you can.
that's right. You got to improvise.
You can't take it back when it's live, is all I'm saying. Well, as we begin today, I haven't downloaded this yet because I'm not sure that I've ever spent the extra money for the extra storage to be able to download the new upgrade to the iPhone. But they're saying that you can do this. You can edit a message up to 15 minutes after you send it, and also you can delete a text message up to 2 minutes after you send it. You realize, I shouldn't have sent that picture. It was the wrong one. And you go back and take it back.
You know, people will be, some like truthful people's going to be like using that.
Oh,
about me.
to their advantage, absolutely there. But expect that with your iPhone. That's a new thing that is really, really good. Because how many times I've misspelled words. And you know that predictive text thing, and you
yeah.
send it, you go, oh.
If you don't proofread it before you send it, and then,
Then you type it again, and it sends it just the way you sent it the first time.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
I don't know how many times I've sent love you to like one of my kids, but it says live every time because the I know.
Is
I
that
guess
what
are right
you've been
by
sending to
each
me?
other.
Live to me all, that's what it means?
Yeah. Yeah, Scotty.
Live
right?
you, Scotty Ray. I'm like, wow. Well,
Yeah.
That's odd.
Yeah. No,
Thank
but
you.
like to my kids and my husband. Yeah. Live you.
Listen at her, clarifying who she sends those messages to.
That's right. I don't want to get no ideas.
It is hump day, and we are certainly glad to have you along with us this morning as we begin a new day. Can you believe 57 degrees outside
It
this
feels
morning?
good this morning for sure. Yes, it does.
Makes you want to roll around and go, yeehaw.
I know. I'm in a better mood, like I said yesterday, when it gets cooler weather. Hot weather, sticky, hot, can't breathe.
It's
Yeah,
coming on
it's
up.
not
We're
good.
going to have some 80-degree weather. Matter of fact, let me see if I can locate that and show you what the forecast is expected for the remainder of the week. Here it is. This is our 7-day outlook as we look at this today. And if I hit the right button, you can see it better. We got 86 today, but by the weekend, we get up to 88, 89 by Monday. But look, really no chances of rain in this forecast
That's a good
at
thing.
all.
Yeah, we have a ball tournament this weekend, so I hope the rain stays away.
Is that hockey or what?
No, baseball.
Just making
Goodness,
sure.
Yeah, hockey.
Yeah,
I don't
not
know
a
that we
real-
have hockey. Do we have hockey in the South?
I don't think so.
I don't
We
think
don't have
so
any
either.
ice.
Yeah.
I've heard of them doing it in Nashville, I guess would be the closest place there, the hockey league there on ice, but not a big sport to watch in Meridian, Mississippi.
I don't know that I'd want my kid playing hockey. You know, those guys miss a lot of teeth.
It is brutal there.
Yeah, a lot of times they're missing front teeth. Yeah, that's not a good thing.
As I got a text this morning of someone that went out to their persimmon tree and cut them in half. I didn't know that you could do this.
Yes.
And I'll let you read that, what it says.
Okay, if I can read. Okay. It says, here's your annual winter forecast from the persimmon seeds from the tree in my backyard. And it looks mighty bad. It looks like all spoons and knives, which predicts snow and cold cutting winds. It says, get your firewood ready, buy your gas, and make sure your generators is ready for service. You're welcome.
There you go.
Yeah, you can. You cut it in half, and it'll either show a spoon or a knife or something. That is odd, though.
I have the old wise, is that what they say? Wise tales?
Yeah.
And I used to think that was wives. I'm not going to lie. I'm a Southerner, and I really thought that that's what everybody was saying up till I was like 50.
Is it wives or wise?
Wise, I think. W-I-S-E. I don't think it's wives.
I don't know. I thought it was wives.
I thought it was wise tales.
I don't know.
Thought I was corrected on that. Tell me,
did
folks.
Did you show this picture? Of the
Well,
friend?
I can't there because
you
it would
can't.
show other things that people
Okay.
wouldn't want me to show. I got it at the last minute.
But I guess it could show a fork also. Spoon, fork, or a knife. Is
Wait
that
a minute.
right?
Debbie's saying it is
Wives.
wives. It's not wise. Wives. Huh.
Huh.
And Bill says we did have a hockey team in Mississippi one time called the River Kings.
Okay.
But the ice melted before the show began and no one saw anything.
They have ice skating rinks. I did try to ice skate one time. Did not work out for me. It's nothing like roller skating, which I can do. You cannot stop with a little rubber stop on the end of your skate. You don't have that. I think I knocked a big hole in the ice trying to do that. Yeah.
I'm wrong. I am so wrong.
Wives' tales.
It's
It
wives
is.
with a wife.
I thought it was wives' tales.
Boy.
Because I started out saying wise tales because I thought wise sounded like it fit a little better than
We're
wives.
6 minutes into this, and I'm already wrong this morning. Appreciate the comments.
Yeah, but change of subject.
What is
The
it?
Maureen Files says that they're expecting 300,000 people in London to pay their respects to the Queen.
A really, really big deal on that. As she's being laid to rest, and it will be the 19th before the final day of this.
Yes.
And Harry, all up in everything that's going on over there. Is everybody okay with that?
I guess, I feel like things are going to kind of go
South
in a
again.
different direction for them. I think that since his father is the king now, I think maybe they'll be a little more. I don't know about the people of England, but I think,
He's going to be
welcome
more.
him back in or something.
See, I was thinking the opposite because I think the Queen was kind of keeping. I really don't keep up with London enough to know their politics and whatnot.
I did see where Harry's children will now change titles also.
And I'm with Denise. They should ban her. She has ruined that boy's life, and he just
Oh, I
he's got a nose ring, if y'all don't know this, and she's pulling him around.
Oh.
Little Harry there.
I thought you really meant he had one. I thought surely.
Yeah, he really does have it because she is dictating his life and ruining it, and he's not smart enough to realize it. He truly
I do
does
think
not.
it was total disrespect. The several things that she's done, but
and there will be more
criticizing the family
bombshells.
like she did.
It's all about making money to her.
Yeah.
Period. And one day she'll be done with him. She's got what she needed, the bloodline tied to the family, and it's all over but the crying. Y'all watch and squat and watch, as they used to say.
Squat and watch.
I've heard that all my
Hide and
life.
watch.
Y'all be ready for this because this is coming today, and it will be traffic jams, and people are going to be annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Short-tempered, probably. Hopefully not.
The
but-
temporary closure begins today under the bypass at I-20 right there by Chick-fil-A as you're going to Sam's. It will be the northbound lane, which would be like you're going to Massey's Supermart Auto, that
Right.
direction toward Johnson Dodge. That lane's going to be closed as they do this for 3 weeks.
Yes. But people try to stay patient. Try to stay patient. I know it's aggravating when you got to get back to work and you've got to take a longer way around back to work or something, but try to keep your patience. And we do appreciate the people working on these roads, trying
Yeah.
to make things better.
You will have
So-
to exit here, go up to Jimmy Rogers, way up here, turn around, come back, and get off on this side to avoid that. Yeah. Or you can go up behind Lowe's up in there and do all the little winding around. It's going to be
Yeah.
bumper to bumper. So you know how Fridays are. When somebody gets a paycheck and they need to come to town,
Yeah.
it's going to be busy that afternoon. Just to keep that in mind as you're planning your day there. A quiet night for gunfire in the area. We did have one report of one gunshot last night that I'm aware of. Now, it may have happened at your house, and I don't know. But here's what was reported to me. The 29th Avenue area, right along here. Here's Magnolia Cemetery. It would be just due west of there if you follow 26th Street over here to 29th is where it was heard. No one hurt, no one injured. Thank goodness.
Yes, thank goodness.
Let me say this. Let me find this. We'll talk about that in just a moment. We had several accidents yesterday. We had a car fire last night.
Really?
In Toomsuba area. Let's pull this up where you can see this. Let me hit this button here. Sometimes I don't get all my buttons pushed before we go. But Knox Road, we had a car fire out here, and the Toomsuba Volunteer Fire Department had to come a-running last night.
Goodness.
That's
That's kind of out there on the backside of Rainbow Lake.
It is. And of course, that'll run in somewhere there to Lauderdale, Tombsuba Road and all of that area there. Yeah. And what causes car fires? It's sporadic, I guess.
It is. I mean, I've heard of batteries causing car fires. You never know.
Yeah. So someone is without car this morning. We do hate that. We got a bunch of other things that's going on in the community. We're not done talking about what's happened. So if you want to know the very latest, stay with us. We're going to do that. And your hair's different this morning. What'd you do different?
I don't know.
It's got more.
I was doing good to run a brush through it this morning because I was like 90 miles an hour.
Does Candace ever wear just a ball cap with her hair, or is that a no-no?
I do.
Okay,
On the weekends, I will. When we go to ball games or something like that, I will have a ball cap on. As a matter of fact, I bought one with a little ponytail hole in it. Kurt
They make that?
Yeah.
I just thought everybody poked
it has
through
a
the hole in the
right
back.
up here, and you can wear a ponytail, like up a high ponytail with one.
I did not
Kurt
know
looked
that
at
existed.
it last night and went, okay.
Bring that in, and I want you to show it because I have never seen one.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'll bring it.
All that's on the way as we begin your Wednesday morning here with Scotty Ray and Candace. It's here, the Fall Sweet Pea Swap, located at the old Jeffries building at Bonita Lakes. Drop-offs will be held September the 8th through the 10th. The public sale gets underway September 16th and 17th from 10 in the morning until 7 at night. Then again Sunday, September the 18th from 1 until 6 with 25% off. And our final day, Monday, September the 19th with 50% off from 10 until 7 p.m. Make sure to come by the most talked about event all year, the Fall Sweet Pea Swap at the old Jeffries building, Bonita Lakes.
On this field, as on the gridiron, each inch is fought for and marked by sweat. Each inch taken through disciplined training. With a Kubota L2501 tackling each inch in the trenches, whether those inches are measured here or here, all adding up to yards. For each yard, Kubota measures victory, and the touchdown is Parrish Tractor. Here, we're much more than a tractor store.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. As we said, it is Wednesday, hump day, halfway through the week. Feel proud.
Yes.
Got sort of a birthday, don't we?
Yeah. Happy birthday, Audrey. I don't have a last name, but Audrey is 5 years old, if I'm not mistaken. Hope you have a wonderful birthday. If you're not watching, hopefully you can go back and
See it
rewatch
later
it.
there. Yeah, Audrey, a very powerful name.
Yes, that's a pretty name.
Strong women named Audrey. As we had another accident yesterday afternoon, 45 South, just past the Evangel Temple before you reach where the Dollar General area. Pretty serious wreck there. I was in a meeting yesterday afternoon, and I started getting texts on the phone there, and I was scrolling down, and I was trying to type it out and be quiet about it. And this is what we had here. This is the scene out there. Emergency vehicles all over the place as we look at this. And this is right before where you get off of the exit there, and right up the road there is the Dollar General there, just north of where the Evangel Temple is. As you see here, here's another view of what was going on there. Major fender bender there. We got it all
everybody
cleaned
was
up.
okay.
That not the only thing that happened yesterday. Also, 493.
goodness.
We had the first word we got was a tractor versus a car. And boy, when you hear that, that's not good.
yeah.
The last time we had that, we lost a life. Here's the scenes in the curve there by Lee's Bait and Tackle, just outside of town, where we've had several accidents. We pull this up. As you can see, the car is upside down.
Yeah.
Ooh, have mercy.
So I guess, okay, somebody's pulling a tractor.
And they were rear-ended, and then the car, as you can see, turned over here. I think it ended up being maybe 3 cars involved in that accident. And fortunately, it was only minor injuries. Can you believe that?
Thank goodness.
I know.
It could have been a lot worse.
We're always thankful. Here's another view of that car upside down. We're always thankful when anybody can walk away from any accident.
For sure, yes. And we want to remind people. I know hayride time and all that stuff's coming up. So I know it's a month or so away, but always be careful.
That can happen to you.
Yeah.
Now, remember back with me, and the reason that is brought up,
Right.
was that Decatur? Was that Newton County? Where was that accident?
That was out in Chunky area.
Chunky?
I think the Chunky area. Yeah, that was awful. And just make sure if you do a hayride, come around fall, since fall's here and everybody starts doing all that, Halloween parties and stuff. Just make sure you have a trailer that is well lighted and try to, stay
Have
out
a car
of
follow you.
Right.
In
And
between.
I would say try to stay out of high traffic areas for sure.
Absolutely. We don't ever want to have to do another story like that.
Right.
Again, as long as we live.
I think it's a good idea if you have some kind of Christmas lights, even put it around the trailer because you can plug those up, you know.
We done got another message here about hockey. The Mississippi Sea, is that Wookabees? Play hockey in Biloxi. Wow. I'm learning all things that I didn't know existed here.
Wookabees, where you say, oh.
Is that how you say that?
I guess, Wookabees,
Wookabees?
yeah.
I don't know what that word means, but y'all go ahead down in Biloxi. So another hockey team.
Huh.
Generally, those guys are very tough. Denise said that was on Highway 80 there, the
Yes.
accident when it happened. It was tragic. Now, as we've talked about crime in our area for the longest, we keep saying crime is increasing. We're down on the amount of police officers we have patrolling, which when you've got more police officers, it's a deterrent. Well, it has moved into the North Hills area. We've had 2 businesses broken into in the last 2 days. This time, and let's pull the story up from Sam Media. We go here. Here's what we happened. And the Newport Power Bandits strike again as they bring crime to North Hills. Now, this is at Smokies, too. This is directly in front of Squealer's Barbecue, if you're not familiar with where they are. It's a shopping center right there, a parking lot.
Right. So there's a hair salon, a hair and nail salon, or a nail salon, and a hair salon also, I think, and then the chiropractor's office.
Now, let's pull this up so you can see this. This is direct footage of them inside the store. Now, they break in twice. They come in at 1:35 a.m., they take a few things, and they get spooked and leave, and they return at 2:40 in the morning to finish cleaning out the store. And I won't say the dollar amount, but as I spoke with the employees there, it is extremely high of the amount that they got away with of merchandise. Most businesses would not be able to rebound from this because it was such a high amount of smokes cost a lot, and the gummies and things of that nature. But let's pull this up so you can see what goes on here. This is criminals in action in Meridian, Mississippi. Here's the video footage from that down here, isn't it? Here we go. As you'll see, they're going all through the cash register. You've got another one. And these are the same people that cut the power out. Then they come in. This is battery backup catching this as they go through this and take what they want. And the video goes on and on. Now, at some point, and I don't have it on here, it did show a pretty good facial recognition. They all have masks on.
Right.
They would empty every extra amount of merchandise they had in the store. Took their time. They cut the power in the rear of the store. They come around and bust out a window and gain access to the store. This goes on and on in the wee hours of the morning. If you own a business in North Hills, be prepared because they are camping out in that area and striking.
Well, not only are they breaking into stores, they're going through neighborhoods also. I have a client who lives over behind the North Hills area, and she had a couple of things taken out of her garage, or her carport, since it's open, didn't have a door.
Right.
And she was wondering, so she put a camera up, and at 1:30, I think, in the morning, somebody come in her carport, and then it speaks, her camera, like, has a thing that says, you're being recorded, so they ran off. But at 1:30 in the morning, and, she goes, oh, it's probably just a teenager. Well, a lot of times they don't live in these neighborhoods. They let everybody out of a car, and they go randomly to house to house to house. So
let's look at this, Candace, of these pictures here. This is how they gained access. They busted out this side window here and went in, busted out the door as well. And just glance at this. Here's what they do to your power box and why. And I guess they've taken an electrical course because no one has been seriously hurt busting these boxes and killing the power to businesses. They know what they're doing with this. And other pictures here, this is inside there. They've destroyed everything. It's just sad. They kicked in a door here where supplies were being held. And the list just goes on and on of what they did. Don't think for a minute this can't happen to you.
right.
They want something for nothing. There's no other way to word that.
That's the trend nowadays. Something for nothing.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't work and want something for nothing.
And again, this is areas of town that has not seen a lot of crime before. It has progressed and branched out. Nowhere is safe without it anymore. Be prepared.
Yeah, maybe they need more patrolling at 1 and 2 in the morning around areas like that. That might help.
More added to the shift.
Yeah,
We certainly hope it can be. Yeah, if possible.
Yeah.
That's a good way to word that. As Denise says, at the cost of a business, it's a lot there. Insurance only pays so much.
That's right. And some people that a lot of people who open businesses, they pour everything they have into these businesses trying to get them afloat. And then, of course, if they went through the pandemic, you know, they're trying to recover from that. And a lot of people feel like they've just got their feet under them again.
Right.
And then people like this do things like break in their business, destroy their contents of their business. I mean, it's just total disrespect.
A glass window, I mean, that can be $500 to $1,000 at the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
The Meridian Police Department's looking for someone, and we're going to share his picture here with you. They need your help locating this gentleman here. This is Lamarcus Tucker is his name. As you go down here and look at the information, that's a good look at him. As you look at this, he is wanted in a burglary investigation. If you happen to know where he is, call MPD. Here's the number here, 485-1893. They'd like to talk to you and find out where he might be at today. Hopefully that'll come in. We'll find out more about that. Now, there's a mystery going on. School was let out early at Russell Christian Academy yesterday. I've sent several texts, but no one knew the exact reason why power lines were knocked down in the Russell area yesterday. Started several grass fires as the power lines hit the ground. So they were restoring power as quickly as they could.
So they don't know who did it? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know how it happened, whether it was a tree or a vehicle knocked them down.
Huh.
But it did spark when they hit the line, and Russell had to let out early yesterday due to the fact of no power for the children there.
Goodness.
Boy, always a little something going on.
Yeah.
Now, at 87 years old, do you see yourself wanting to break Guinness World Book of Records? Do you really see that?
No, I don't think so. But.
A guy named is Graybeard. I brought this up quickly this morning, Graybeard Sanders. A few months back, I talked about this guy that was in a canoe, more or less, and paddled up to Vicksburg and got out. He was trying to break the record of the oldest person to paddle down the Mississippi River from one end to the other. Mm-hmm. He accomplished it. He is now the absolute oldest person who has ever done it. It took him 87 days to travel paddling down it to do it. He is in the Guinness World Book of Records as the oldest person ever to do that.
I think that's a wonderful thing that he had that initiative to do that.
Think about that.
You know, that he wanted to do that.
You got to be physically kind of fit to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I walked to the mailbox yesterday and got tired. Have mercy.
Yesterday I was doing good to like walk around. I don't know. My legs have been killing me lately. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm just falling apart.
Old age is what I say. I mean, I'm starting to see some crow's feet there too. Have you thought about
Look, I bet if he could hear us complaining, he'd be like,
y'all
oh
are young
my gosh.
whippersnappers.
Yeah, he'd be like, suck it up, buttercup.
You know, I think a lot of this, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, your age really depends upon how old you feel. Mm-hmm. Your mind is, you can make yourself sick if you want to be.
Yeah. Your mindset has a lot to do with your mood. And I mean, like you said, people have like really thought they were sick and physically they have symptoms.
Is that called being a hypochondriac? Is
Yeah,
that word
yeah,
is?
that is. Look, when I went to the doctor the other day, I said, "Now look, this is going to sound like a complaining session because I'm just going to tell you everything. I promise I'm not a hypochondriac, but I'm going to tell you everything out of the ordinary."
Does he roll his eyes when you come in and he goes, "Oh boy, it's Candace again"?
No, I don't. I hope not. I mean, but
I'd like
anyway,
to talk to him.
Yeah, but yeah, people's mindset has a lot to do, you know, with their mood, like I said, and how they feel. So
there's a lot of phone conversations probably going on throwaway phones this day as we see that Mississippi yet again has reached a national status when it comes to news stories. Ooh, yeah, that Mississippi Today bunch have been busy, and the stories being picked up now by Daily Mail. As yesterday, it was revealed that text messages are coming out between the governor, Phil Bryant, at the time, and Brett Favre, and one of the people that are in jail now for the scandal that rocked Mississippi dealing with the welfare money. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
This gets into this. We go down, and I don't have the text message. I had them earlier. It point blank points out what went on with this.
do we need to read the?
Well, yeah, you can read
heading?
that.
It says texts reveal former Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant aided Brett Favre in his quest to funnel welfare funds into new University Volleyball Stadium. That's what it said.
Yeah, let me see here. And here it is. As I pull up here, here's one of the texts that came up. Brett Favre sent the governor, let me close that where we can see that. It says, if you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much? The governor replied, no, we have never had that information publicized. I understand you're being uneasy about that, though. Let's see what happens on Monday with the conversation with some of the folks at Southern. Maybe it will click with them, hopefully. Brett Favre replied, okay, thanks. The governor replies, we just got off the phone. Wait a minute, this is Nancy.
This is Nancy New. This is not the, yeah.
Who's in jail?
Yeah. Nancy New. I don't know. What was her role and all that?
Well, she owned the company that funneled the money, her and her son, the pharmaceutical company thing that they were investing in.
But she was obviously in connection as far as conversation with the governor.
But all of this ties Phil Bryant to that, to where they were saying there was no. And then also you've got to look at this. Who was the lieutenant governor at the time? Who got rid of the person investigating this? This is a very serious matter as it gets deeper and deeper into this.
But she replied, "Wow, I just got off phone," or "Wow, I just got off phone with the ex-governor," and she mentioned his name. He is on board with us. We will get this done. And then he says, "Awesome! I needed to hear that for sure."
So this ties Brett Favre in with her also. Now, there's a lot of Brett Favre fans. He has returned the money that was paid to him. We'll see where this goes.
Do you return all the money? Remember,
he returned the $1 million, not the investigation money that Shad White charged him with. It was $200,000 or something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
In that neighborhood, more of this is coming out, y'all, and it does not make Mississippi look good at all. Did they find a loophole in the law to divert funds? I'm not sure.
Right.
But it's sticky. To say the least on this, and it definitely does not make us look good at all as a state. And what does the governor, our now governor's, tie into this? I don't know. We do know that he did get rid of the person that was investigating it. Makes you kind of uneasy. We do know that a lot of his voting comes from the USM area, where this $5 million thing was funds were put into. Corruption runs deep. We're seeing a lot of that.
We would probably have our jaws would drop if we knew how many times this kind of stuff happens.
Oh, yeah. That we know nothing about.
That has to do with political things.
And this goes all the way to 1600 Pennsylvania. Not this case, but things that happen in the United States go all the way.
That's what I was saying. I mean, with the corruption that I've seen going on in the past year or so, it's just... There's no telling what's involved in all that.
But America has a way of, even though there's a computer that has evidence of just going, oh, well.
Right.
What happened to reporters that want to know the truth, that doesn't matter who's involved, they want the truth? Those days are just about gone, I'm afraid. Yeah. We'll look at this. Are you up for a new booster shot? We're hearing that a new one is out that you can go get a shot if you want it.
I'm going to pass.
You're going to pass on that one.
I'm going to pass on that.
They're out there, though. Is this number 4 or 5? I lost count.
I don't know.
That's out there, though.
Don't come at me with the booster shot.
We are at 52 cases of monkeypox in the state of Mississippi, if you're not aware of that.
Goodness.
Now, that's small outside of Wyoming. I think they got 5, but that is small in comparison to other states around us. Some states having 4,000 and 5,000, 6,000 cases of this. One of the worst things I've ever seen. I don't even like looking at the pictures. It literally gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Well, it's like blisters all over your body, like water blisters.
Like huge ant bites that won't go away.
Yeah.
And you got 200 of them in one spot. Ow, 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 and ow.
Yeah, it looks painful for sure.
Christy
That's
Skipper,
not something you're going to walk around with, though. And, it's like some people might have COVID and you don't know it. You're not going to have this and nobody knows.
Yeah, no way to hide this one. But CDC has confirmed a lot of cases of this here. It's growing across Mississippi. We got more on the way as we begin your Wednesday morning. We're so happy that you chose us to trust and be a part of. Thank you. We'll be right back with more information.
The Square Peg Mini Mall, located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, Mississippi, is a family-owned business that promises to treat you like family. The Square Peg Mini Mall has been operating for over 10 years and boasts over 30 vendors with a rotating inventory to fit that something you're looking for. Inventory is constantly updating, so there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall, located on 335 West Main Street in Philadelphia, Mississippi.
Time to stop spending your entire weekend mowing grass. Step up to a Skag zero-turn lawnmower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Truthfully, if you hadn't dropped in to visit my friend Teresa, drop in and see her. She's got some great barbecue sandwiches.
Yeah, that was funny. The guy's
The waiter.
face. Yeah. Well,
Dancing around. Got to get there. Always great food there. And somebody else echoing one-term Tate. We'll see what happens with that. Let's take a look at what happened on this day. There's a lot of things that went on this date. Anybody remember a little thing called the Star Spangled Banner?
yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was written on this date, believe it or not. Francis Scott Key did that. And there's a lot of dramatical stories that go along with it. But
I always love listening to the Star Spangled Banner being sang.
It's touching.
It is.
A lot of lives went into that, believe it or not. And I do support our Star Spangled Banner there. Yes. 1955, let's jump ahead a few years. It was after that this song was recorded, and it would really kind of change musical history. He was kind of flamboyant. He got out of the rock and roll era for a little while, and it was called Tutti Frutti. You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, Trudy. I can't sing it, but that was a craze back in the 50s
His
there.
mustache always looked like it was drawn on to me.
And if I'm not mistaken, he had a wig. I think. I'm not sure.
Probably so.
I'm just thinking out loud. I got out of date here. I got something out of order, but one of our heroes that always stood for justice, and he even fought to his dying breath there to carry on the tradition of the Lone Ranger. It was Clayton Moore's birthday. The Lone Ranger, him and Tonto. I liked him a lot. You know, in the end there, he had to take the mask off and wear sunglasses as he was sued, signing autographs by the movie company. They didn't want him to portray that anymore. He ended up winning in the end. A guy named John Barry, I don't know if y'all remember him in country music, was born on this date. He had a couple songs. Your Love Amazes Me was his biggest.
That was a pretty song.
Yeah, he was, and then he went away. F Troop became on television on this date, 1965. Anybody remember that TV show? A lot of people liked it there. Wasn't he in? He was in a lot of other shows.
Yeah, like
Mayberry, was he in Mayberry RFD? Is that the same guy?
He might have been.
I'm not 100% on that. But
What is RFD?
Mayberry RFD rural. It has something to do with rural route.
Okay.
Mayberry was the newer show of that Mayberry RFD. You didn't watch that?
Well, I've seen, I don't know, I might have, because I've seen some, would it be still under Andy Griffith's show?
Andy wasn't on it.
Okay, then I have not seen it, no.
It was that other guy, Ken
Okay.
somebody, and I can't remember.
Yeah,
Ken Berry
Okay,
was Mayberry RFD.
okay.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but it does not get replayed as much as what is good. Let's just be honest about it.
I have it on the Andy Griffith Show channel all the time.
Nonstop.
Yep.
Andy 24/7.
Yes.
Let's go back to 1971. This would be one of those detective shows that just really set it up for the 70s. Anybody remember the TV show Cannon? It premiered on this day in 1971. It would remain on there. I always drove a Lincoln and caught the bad guy. Jumped out of his big Lincoln Continental and went and got him. Your lives would be changed by this because so many people identified with this family. It was told in such a wholesome way, and we'd get to meet John Boy and all the others as, well, The Waltons premiered on this night in 1972.
I used to watch that too when I was growing up.
Do y'all still yell, "Good night, Kurt"? Good
No.
night. Do y'all still do that?
Holler at the house? No.
Okay.
No, but they had a lot of good nights.
Oh, yeah.
They did.
And Scott McQuaig showed me he actually visited the Spencer home, is what their real names were. Took me a picture of that when he was in town there. And it looks a little different than that house did. It kind of shocks you. 1974, what was the #1 song in America? Oh, y'all know this without a doubt. Go ahead and sing it.
I shot the sheriff.
But I did not shoot the deputy.
No, yeah. That was a big song, though.
Eric Clapton. I really have no idea what that song was about, but it was big. People sang along with it. Eric Clapton. Let's see here. 1978, another TV show would premiere tonight, and it would be a spinoff of Happy Days. That's the first time I saw him, and he uses, what did you say, pull my finger, or what did he do? That's how did he do that with the finger?
I don't know. It was some kind of nano. What,
yeah.
I don't know what he did. I can't remember.
It was something to do with that
it was
finger.
Weird. Yeah.
I hadn't watched it in many years, but Mork and Mindy premiered
I
on
don't
this
think
day.
it was the pull my finger joke.
Okay. But it was like
Most people do. Yeah.
I better hush because I really don't know what I'm talking about. I just have a glimpse of what went on that show.
It was something like he did something with his hands, and he would say nano or something. I don't know. It's weird.
Never date a girl that says that. I just want y'all to know that. 1982, this hippie would be out there with a number one song. Who am I talking about? Willie. He had the number one song today in 82 with Always on My Mind. Nice song, but let's just face it, it's not as good as Elvis's version or Dwight's version.
Yeah.
Boy, great song, though. You just, when you think of that song, you just think of Elvis. There's just no other way around that.
How old is Willie now?
80-something. I don't know the exact age, but he's in the upper 80s there. Canceled a bunch of shows, so we don't know how Willie really is doing behind the scenes. You know, the Jackson show at the Brandon Amphitheater got canceled not long ago.
Did he have COVID at one time? I
think so.
I can't remember. I thought he did.
I believe you're right.
Yeah.
As we look at this, Grace Kelly, as we go to 1982, would also pass away on this day. She was a beautiful woman.
She was pretty.
Hubba.
She has a daughter that's considered princess, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sheila is reminding us that Ken was also on Mama's Family and the Carol Burnett Show.
Okay, yeah.
Ken Berry.
The Carol Burnett Show. That's where I remember him.
Yeah, he was a popular there.
No, Mama's Family. Mama's Family. Yeah, that's what I remember.
Vicki Lawrence played that
She was
song
hilarious.
great, did she?
Yeah.
I mean, not song, but that part.
She did.
And that started out on the Carol Burnett Show, if I remember right, and then became a TV show.
I loved Mama's Family now.
What was
funny.
that dingy wife's name?
I can't remember.
That always stayed down in the basement.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Oh, she was funny there. 1985, Meridian, Mississippi would get on the map today. Why? This gorgeous young lady right off of North Hill Street would be crowned Miss America tonight. Anybody remember that?
I do. I remember.
She's a sweetheart. I hadn't spoke to her in years, but wherever you are this morning, Susan, I do hope you're having a wonderful day and all is well in your world. But that was a big honor for us to have her, and she represented Mississippi so well.
Yes.
So proud of her. Wore that crown great. 1985, and women everywhere. Well, I've even watched it. I ain't gonna lie.
This was
You
one
get
of my
hooked.
favorite shows too. Yeah, I still watch it to this day.
The Golden Girls. So what was your favorite character on there?
Betty White's character.
Betty
Yeah.
White.
Yeah.
It's just hard to beat, isn't it?
Yes.
And then, of course, you had Maude, whatever her real name was. And what was the lady that they constantly say just passed away that played the girl that would love men? I can't think
I know
of
this. The one that played the old lady, the mama, was Estelle Getty. Was her name?
Right. But I'm trying to...
Rue
you're right.
Canahan.
It's Rue something.
Yeah, Rue.
But it's constantly on Facebook that they have her repassing away every so often. And she's been gone a long time now.
Yeah.
I don't guess there's anybody left from that show now, is it?
Betty White was the last one. So Rue Callahan.
Rue Callahan. You were, boy,
Yeah.
look at you getting on that. But that was a great show, and it was a great concept of people that get older in age that can't afford to make it on their own, moving in together.
I think it's a neat thing. I mean, I do. I hope my friends are watching, and one day when we get really old, if we're all alone.
Candace, I hate to break this to you, but I'm not sure beside Kurt anybody could live with you.
Really? That is such a compliment. Thank you so much. My day is going to be so much better.
I'm just trying
My self-esteem, you've done so much for it.
I didn't say it was I'm just trying to point out here, you might be in trouble.
No.
Not,
Kurt loves me. Yeah. He loves living with me.
That man works more overtime than anybody I've ever seen.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's go back to 2002. This lady, I don't care who you are, you've heard of her some way, somehow, and she really was good at what she did. She did release one comedy album after the show, but be cautious if you listen to any before that, because they were really on the risque side of comedy.
Really?
Yeah, it was very borderline of, did she just say that? Who am I talking about? Aunt Esther passed away on this day back in 2002. Her real name was LaWanda Page, and did she not play that part good?
Oh, yeah. She carried that purse and
It
popped
was
him with that
almost a
purse.
look like, what you talking about, Willis?
Yeah,
Had that same
yeah.
Fred
She'd
Sanford
get them hands on that hip.
popping
Yeah.
with that Bible, that little group.
Oh, yeah.
Really enjoyed that show. And Fred
That was
Sanford.
funny.
what
We
a-
watched it all the time, too. I mean, I missed those kind of shows because they were funny and people could make fun of each other and nobody got their feathers ruffled.
What was and maybe you remember this, the white cop that was on there that was always trying to fit in, and
They called him by his last name,
yeah,
which
and
I
he
can't
just
remember
it
what
was very
but-
awkward every time that he tried to make a
joke.
reference or
or a joke or something. Yeah, he would put his hands on his hips and talk like they had him talking real proper sounding. But yeah.
What a
I
show
can't
it
remember
was.
what his last name was.
It's been a long time since I've seen it there. We would lose one of America's. Well, he was. I think men and women liked this guy. He was a macho man, but ladies loved him also. Meridian again has a close tie to this guy because he was such a gentleman and a scholar. As we said goodbye today to Patrick Swayze. Can you believe it's been that many years ago?
I know. I want to say that he had horses at somebody's farm, or he had a farm or something right outside of Meridian.
I know he
somewhere.
bought horses in the air, and he may have, I think Newton, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he did have horses there. So
Janet says
it's really
that
neat.
Aunt Esther was great. She carried that purse and that Bible, and she could whoop you at any time. Sheila says that that show does still run on Pluto, if you're a big fan of it.
I need to flip that on.
B. Author was the name of Maud. I couldn't think of that to save my soul there. B. Author was her name there. And Terry says our generation is the last great generation. Well, it's proven that Hollywood just can't come up with a new idea ever. They just constantly go back and make remakes that aren't as good as the beginning.
I would much rather watch those older shows like that than I would some of this new stuff.
You know why? Because everything new has an agenda instead of just letting it be a place that you escape for a few hours or an hour or 30 minutes away from reality.
Well,
when you're caught up in that moment.
Talk about reality. I mean, everything is a reality show now. Like, do we not have our own reality that we just want to escape from sometimes, real life stuff? I mean, I don't want to hear everybody else's craziness,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Real Housewives of Clark County.
It's just-
coming to a TV show near you.
drama. Anyway.
Those it's just become the new wave. Ever since, I guess it all started with the following live of OJ. Live television.
Yeah.
Chase it.
But I do think that people wear their feelings on their sleeve way too much nowadays. I mean, and like I've said, people are made of glass. You can't make fun of anything. You can't joke around with anybody. You can't. I mean, everything's just taken, to me, way out of context a lot of times. So.
The name of the ranch, they said, is Hidden Springs in Newton County there.
Okay.
So that's where Patrick was going there. Oh, boy, what days it was to have such great people in our area.
The city had Arabian horses.
Oh, that's pretty serious there. Let's talk about Chet. He's got paint guns and things like that. What does he do with them? Well, he uses them every day to make your car look better. When you have that little fender bender located out in Center Hill and Curve, can't miss Chet. He's there this morning there. They got the shop doors open and they're sanding, taking care of things, and replacing parts that need replacing. They're color matching paint, and boy, let me tell you, it's going to look good when they're done. They do this to professionals. He's been doing it a long, long time. He started out, I think, at 9, sanding on cars because he loved it so much. He's become an expert at it. And people trust him. When you know the name, Chet, you think he's an honest guy. And he is. He'll make things right. Talk to Chet. You'll find him there again in Center Hill. From a classic car to a brand new one. It doesn't matter. They work on each one. They'll process the insurance work. It doesn't cost anything to drop by and have a chat with them. Visit with them. A free quote today. They'll process all that stuff and get you going before long. Chet's Paint and Body, waiting for you today in Center Hill. Folks, if your yard is needing grass and you need it quick, talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding. They offer residential and commercial. The great thing about this, it doesn't wash, the water treads, and it holds the soil in place. It's the easiest way to grow grass. That's hydro seeding. You'll get a great looking lawn without all the dry spots. How many times have you put out seed and it gets washed away, blown away, or even the birds eat it? Talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding, 601-728-1954.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. Does anybody remember the scene in Smokey and the Bandit where Sheriff Buford T. Justice walks outside and the waitress goes, "Yoo-hoo, Sheriff, Sheriff!" And she runs up to him, she grabs his sunglasses, and she starts rolling up the toilet paper and going back inside with it? Please tell me, Candace, you know what I'm talking about. Candace, please.
I don't think so. I don't think I do. I mean, what? What was the scene about?
I don't have the toilet paper.
The toilet paper.
He goes to the bathroom and he's leaving, and the toilet paper got hung on his sunglasses.
Oh, I
and
think
she's
I do.
rolling it up.
Okay.
Y'all, can somebody just say bless her heart? Somebody help me out here. The point of this being is this week, as homecoming festivities are all over the area, you too can stop somewhere and roll up toilet paper and save yourself some money. Kids are going to use it. They're going to use their allowance. Then they're going to use their grandparents' money to get that toilet paper. So be ready.
Yes. It's so funny you mentioned that. Was that not the show where he comes out and he said, "What we have here is a failure"? What was that on? A failure to communicate?
Yeah.
That should be the line of today's life in Washington.
He had so many great lines in that. First thing I do is I'm going to slap your mama when I get home. Y'all remember that?
I do remember.
Hold my hat,
that.
Junior.
I think him saying that, what we have is a failure to communicate, that needs to be the first saying of the press conferences when we have the White House press secretary come out.
It is.
Yeah. It's
I'm
a failure
telling you.
to communicate.
I remember back on that breaker, Mr. Bandit. I was only a kid, but boy, that's another one of those movies that has just stood the time.
Yeah, I just love when he's at the end and he's got no doors left on the car. The car's all beat up. And
Yeah.
the bandit's like sitting right over here behind him or something, and he calls him or something or on the radio.
And that,
Yeah.
we're going to Charleston to get some clam chowder. Bye-bye. But, in the scene there where he jumped on the state trooper where he told him the junk car.
Somebody said that's from Cool Hand Luke. Oh, excuse me.
I thought
it was in. I thought it was in Smokey and the
we
Bandit.
had a community. Well, there's a couple lines that you cannot repeat from Jackie
Regardless
Gleason.
of where it came from, there is a failure
Yes,
to
a lot
communicate
of
up in
Cool
Washington.
Hand Luke comments there. I guess that was. Yeah, I'm thinking more of those other lines there that he had there. I think we just passed somebody doing a 10-100. Y'all figure that one out if you don't know. Good morning. We are Scotty Ray and Candace, as we do remember back on a few things that happen every day, and it always does bring a smile there. Let's see here. We got a lot of comments there about B. Author.
Yeah.
Was she tough or what? She did look tough. I'm scared of her, still am.
She's as tall and she was tall like a man.
And we
really.
find out from comments that she was a Marine.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Boy, why didn't they put her in Private Benjamin? That woman was was she married?
I don't know.
I really don't know much
I have
about
not researched B.
But
Arthur.
God bless that man, whoever he was. That little guy that was her husband on Maud, I felt for him.
He'd have to be a tall guy. She'd probably feel awkward
She was
standing
a
next to
towering woman. But apparently now we kind of know where she got her toughness from.
Okay.
You go in the Marines, you come back different. Yeah.
Look, Linda Culpepper said, "Stop being so rough on me."
Why?
He loves to taunt me.
Look,
he
look.
loves to
There, you have to be the only person that is sitting in front of a television now that did not know the toilet paper line from Smokey and the Bandit. I mean, come on.
Look, what Scotty Ray don't know is I have really restrained myself I really have, because I have good comebacks.
Do you?
Yes, I really do.
Let it out, girl.
I really do.
Come
I'm
on.
really.
Let it seep out.
No, you really don't want me to.
I don't.
Just,
She's probably got a spork over there.
Seriously, I'm usually real quick-witted.
Yeah.
You know, like to pop back. But
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi yesterday, it got so bad during her speech, Candace, that she had to go, wait a minute, y'all, that's a clap line.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody did. You know why? Because it wasn't worth clapping for there during her little speech.
Didn't she get up clapping one time over something that the president or somebody
Yeah,
was
she got
speaking?
behind him, was doing that, and of course that became the popular thing there for a little while. I'm not
Everybody's like, what is she doing? Like,
They're using camouflage now. As you remember, in Arizona, they were trying to piece together the wall, and they brought in the cargo containers, welded them together. That ain't stopped them. They're still climbing the wall and pouring in. As we look at this, I read a story this morning. Yuma, Arizona. They've had 250,000 people go through the streets of there. The insurance is going up. People can hardly make it now because they're overrun with people that aren't citizens.
you know, my mother-in-law and father-in-law, they have a home there, and they go there at different times of the year. You know, right now they're in Washington State, but they go there. And I mean, there has times, Kurt said that somebody's broken in and stole everything one time. And it just worries me for them going back, you know, with this kind of stuff going on. But there are neighbors right by, though, that watch the house while they're not there. So, but yeah, that's awful. And you know, the bad thing is it's almost like a slap in the face, because these people, like the press secretary that gets up there and says it's not an issue, you know.
Oh, it is.
It is a major issue. It is. People, and I was listening to some people comment, like, that had businesses or citizens of the towns that they were pouring into, and they were saying how they're teaching their children how to use tasers. Now, that's pretty bad when you got to teach a child how to use a taser because you don't feel safe.
That's true.
You know, so.
We'll watch tonight. Make sure to join them on NBC here, Meridian, as we'll find out if these young ladies are the winners. Chapel Hart. A lot of you vote. Announcing the winner there. We do hope a Mississippian wins this.
Yes.
Watch tonight to
Nice.
find out about all of that. I'm tickled over it. All right, y'all stay close. Scotty Ray and Candace, I'm going to teach you a few things during these commercials. Y'all don't rush off here. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
As we talk to our friends at Snowden and Company, they got a lot to offer you, and that's homes of any size that you're looking for, like this family here, Dakota and Heather Kaysen. They joined them. They got a loan there from Citizens National Bank, and they're in a new home nowadays.
Yes.
If you're looking for your dream home, and this could be it, right here. This is in the Center Hill community. What a fabulous home with a lot of acreage. Are you interested? See Amanda. She'll tell you all about that home, get you on a tour of it. You can take a look online there also and go through each room. Just look at it. It's beautiful. Now, we've got smaller homes if that's what your family, if you're just to that point, you go, look, I want 1 or 2 rooms to clean. I'm tired of it.
You want to downsize.
Yeah. She can do that also. No matter the size, the square footage, maybe you want all concrete. They can arrange that too, where you don't have to mow grass anymore. See them today. Lauderdale, Kemper, Newton, Neshoba. They'll even branched out to Brandon and Flowood, Madison, and those areas.
Yes.
You name it, they can do it for you. They'll be open till 5 o'clock this afternoon, appointment only on Saturday and closed on Sunday. Talk to them. They're professionals. They take care of you there at Snowden Real Estate. That's Amanda, always a bright smile, a friendly gal. I like her. I've known her a long time. This is her staff. Again, reach them at 601-453-3937. They'll help you there at Snowden any day of the week there that you need some help there.
They're good folks.
We're
Yes,
talking
they
about
are.
toilet. Everybody's saying that they're still using their 2020 toilet paper.
I'm sure. Gosh, we bought up enough to to
A lot of people
support the
stockpile.
whole community.
Are we over that now? Is it toilet paper back into making it again?
I guess so. I mean, it seems like the shelves are pretty stocked at the grocery stores.
Now, I don't know
lately.
pricing a whole lot, but I did notice the other day of like the Bounty, the name brand paper towels, for like 12 of them. That's like $27 now. When did that happen?
Stuff's gone up, though. I mean, to pay for a carton of eggs, $7.
Is that what it really is?
I paid $7, and it was an 18 pack, but still, $7 is high.
That's different
compared
there.
to what it was. But milk's up.
We'll have to get a cow. We got chickens. We
I
got
need
a
to
cow.
write down next time I go to the grocery store. I'm gonna take note of everything. Just main things, main staples, as you'd call them, that you need.
Average across the United States, groceries are at 13.5% increase is what we're doing. You got Joe at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue saying that the economy's not in bad shape when everybody else is going,
Yeah. Well,
hey, dude.
You know, the stock market took a plunge yesterday.
1,000 points.
Right. And then they come on and say that the economy was in wonderful shape. I mean, get your head out of the hole in the sand and, you know.
The inflation's at a 40-year high. No matter how you slice that, that is the truth. Some people are really good salesmen, I think is the word for that, where they'll take something and twist it, and you go, oh, well, America's not falling for that anymore.
Yeah,
I think we've caught on.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you reach in your pocket and there's not but 2 dimes left, you go, I think you're lying to me.
Scraping
You're not
up
telling me-
pennies to get gas and all that stuff. I mean, it's a crazy time right now. So
Give me a cup of gas.
diversion's not working well for you anymore up in
No,
Washington.
it's not. It's not. We want to say thank you to everybody. Boy, all these Archie Bunker, boy, they would get rid of him today. A lot of
they
TV
would.
shows that were brought up, and we found out that B. Arthur was, a Marine, which I did not know.
I did not know that either. We found out a lot of neat things today. But yeah, that was to me, a better time in our country back in the day.
It was.
Yeah.
Reaganomics. Who remembers those days? Anyway, we've come to the end of our time, Candace. We've got to roll out and start doing more creative things today.
That's right. I hope everybody has a wonderful day and see you back in the morning. And what have you got planned for today?
Let's see.
Things?
I got to go to the dentist today. I always love going those.
I don't envy you for
Going to wear
that.
my cowboy boots in case I need them.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all bright and early tomorrow morning. Candace is
right.
bringing a smile.
Yes, 8 a.m. I'll be here. Join us.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: